Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I'm Tom Troy, President and Business Manager of Local 1421, and I'm here with my weekly update. That's right, folks. Every week I come to you and I tell you what's going on. For those of you that can't make it to meetings, especially with this COVID-19 going on, nobody can get in big groups. Hopefully that'll end soon and we'll get back to some normalcy. But in the meantime, I'm trying to reach out to you and let you know what's going on. Of course, you all know that there's an election coming up, and I'll talk briefly about that, and then I'm going to get right into the nitty-gritty of what's happening with our local. But for right now, I want to say a little something about my opponent. You know, he's running on a campaign that does nothing but bash myself, my family, women. You know, he's saying things about my sister that are just terrible. Just terrible. What kind of an attitude does this guy have? What kind of morals do we have? You know something? If you're out there and you're listening, and I know you watch every one of my shows to see what I say, this is what I got to say to you. Shame on you. And I mean it. Shame on you. Why don't you try running a real campaign and stop bashing, throwing mud like a little kid in school? But then again, you are a little kid in school. You never even went to high school. But instead of lowering myself to your standards, I'm going to tell people what's going on with the local and where we're going to go forward. And this is where I'm going to start. When this COVID-19 happened, everyone was devastated. We had to shut down. We couldn't come in to pay dues. We had to shut our school down that I had just gotten opened. And, you know, it took a lot to get that school open. We're the only laborers local in Massachusetts with our own school. And that came from a lot of hard work, okay? A lot of hard work. And everything we did, when we bought our own building, when we leased this new building, all the money that we spent on attorneys or this or that, all throughout the last 20-something years that I've been business manager, my opponent was right by my side voting for everything. Yeah, Tom, go get him. Everything's great. Unanimous decisions with my executive board. And then all of a sudden, now that there's a campaign, they weren't good ideas. Well, he's to blame if they're not good ideas also, not just me. But let me tell you, they were great ideas. We have our own school that's getting back open now. I applied to the government when all the stuff happened because I was paying people to stay at home and try to work from home, and it was tough answering all the phone calls and things that were coming in from people at home. It just is. That's just the way it is. Try calling the registry or something. You'll see what I'm talking about. But I ended up, we got lucky. I just got granted $150,000 to help us to cover the rents and of both buildings for the time that we were shut down. And as you know, the lease that I have, that I worked very hard to get, we don't have to pay for any of the electricity, heat, air conditioning, any of that stuff. It's all included in our lease. We have a great lease, by the way. And, you know, you're going to hear a lot of stories out there right now about this election and what's going on, and it's just not true. They're just not true. I'm willing to show anybody anything they want to see. Come on down to the office, visit me. We're open now. I'll show you whatever you want to see. But back to the local. In August, we're going to start opening up our school on weekends again. I open up every Saturday so that the members that are working all week have a chance to come in and get an education and some training as to what they need for licenses to go out in the field and work professionally. And that's what we do, everything professionally, okay? And it doesn't come easy. It's hard work. I work every single day for this local, every single day to make it better for my members, the members of Local 1421, the best goddamn local in the country. We're the third largest in Massachusetts. We have our own school, everything. We are ahead of everyone. Don't let this fall apart. We're a family. Let's keep us a family. When this stuff's over, I'm going to unite us all and pull us all back together. I promise you. I'll let bygones be bygones, and we'll get back to work, and that's what we do best. So like I said, Saturdays we're going to be open, and I'm going to be teaching Bobcat lessons, although we have a cat, but we'll be teaching you how to drive. I'll be giving the test and the classroom stuff that I'll be teaching, and then you go outside and we have somebody teach you how to operate the machinery. We have a brand new state-of-the-art cat that was donated to us by the Wreckers Association due to my relationship with them. Nobody else they would have given it to. Ask them. I've been so close and working so hard with them over the years that they're thrilled about the school that we've done. And they want us to be well-trained in burning, bobcat operating, adsmans, asbestos, lead, hazmat, all of these things that we can teach right there in our own school. It's great. We have other locals from the area coming to our school. It's open to everyone because we're a brotherhood. That's what unions are all about. Now, the school will be open. We're also going to be teaching English classes. And I know that a lot of the Latino guys in our local and women, and by the way, we got more women in our local than any local in the state. More minorities than any local in the state. So when my opponent tells you that I'm not good with the Latinos or whoever else he's going to bring up, that is just false. Look at what I've built. I built the local on the backs of you guys, you men and women out there that work hard every single day. You made me famous, okay? That's right. You made me what I am today and the local what it is today. It's not just me. It's a team effort. And in order to have a team work correctly, you've got to have good teammates. And that's what I have running with me this time. Some real good teammates. And I'm not saying the guys that were with me in the past that are running against me weren't good teammates. They allowed me to do whatever I wanted to expand the local with unanimous decisions. It's just changed now because it's an election, and that happens. So, English classes will be 2 days a week. We're going to start them up in September. We have a certified teacher from the state of Massachusetts that absolutely works for us now. She speaks all the different parts of Latino language. I don't know what they call it. It's like having a different brogue type of thing. But she teaches it all, licensed to and certified by the state of Massachusetts and by us. So she's working for us now. Her name is Sarai. Many of you have met her coming in to pay dues. She's working full-time for us. So now we have 2 Latino people in the office to try to help us with the overflow of what's going on. We're all coming back to work. I get jobs left and right. I'm calling people every single day, sending them to work. As you know, I've taken over everything for this time being. And my opponent is no longer a field rep. Okay, he's no longer working with me, except for he's the secretary-treasurer. He was elected to that, and we'll handle that soon. Okay, my new secretary-treasurer will be Jim McHugh, and he's a great guy, educated, and he can do the job properly. I want you to get to know him. He's a fantastic guy. Matter of fact, my whole board, I want you to go on YouTube and look at my board. They're all great guys, been in the business for a long, long time, family after family after family. So when anybody says we don't know how to do wrecking, well, they're wrong. And some people know how to wreck, and some people know how to handle business. And that's what I do. I handle the business of the local. I handle the business of the school. I handle the business of the 4 states. The only local that has jurisdiction over 4 states is us, me and you, the team. And we're going to continue to do it, and we're going to continue to grow. And with your help and your vote, I am going to shine with this local. We are going to be the best goddamn local, not only in Massachusetts like we are now, but across the country. I'm looking for a national contract where we can go work anywhere we want across the country at our rate with our people, and no one can bother us. That's my next job. And I've accomplished everything I said I would do. Now, on top of those classes, they'll probably go from 5 to 7 at night 2 days a week so that guys can come in at their leisure and try to learn some English. It's tough to go to school while you're working a full-time job, and it costs you absolutely nothing. The local pays for all your training. We feed you while you're there. We take good care of you, as always. Now, I don't know those of you that know that at Christmas time every year what the local does, but I want to put it out there because now I get to talk to a bigger audience than shows up at the meetings. Every Christmas time, we give the retirees $100 each, and that's approximately what it costs them to pay their dues for the year. But why should they have to dig into their pensions to pay their dues? So that's what we do for them. And by paying their dues up, they're allowed to get eyeglasses, hearing aids, and to vote, by the way. And they're all with me. Thank you, guys. Another thing we're going to do is we also give $500, and we've been doing it ever since I've been in. $500 to every member that's out on workman's comp at Christmas time so they can buy their kids some presents. Because you all know what happens when you go out on workman's comp. They screw you around. They stretch it out. You don't get any money. They try to get you hurting so you go back to work, whether you're better or not. So we give $500 out to every guy that's been out on workman's comp, and we're proud to do it so their kids or their wife or someone can get a Christmas present without anybody from our local ever being embarrassed. Okay? We're a family. The other thing I'm going to do is something new. This year, I've decided the money's coming in now. We're building back up our resources. The local is getting very secure. We had lost some money in the episode that took over with this COVID-19, but we're back on track. I'm ready to kick some butt. Matter of fact, kick some ass for the working class. But we're going to give out $100 Visa cards every Christmas to every member of the local. You can use it to get new work boots. You can use it to buy his wife a present. You can use it for whatever the hell you can pay your dues with it. Doesn't matter to me. It's our Christmas gift to you. And that's my promise to you that something new that's going to happen this year when I'm reelected. And I'm not trying to buy the election. And that's what they'll come out and say. No, I'm looking at our money and I'm looking at what we own, and we are looking good. And that's because of great management. Okay? Great management. If you came to the meetings every month, you would hear what we do. We vote on it. We get approved for everything we do, and that's how we've grown. I want to grow this local to be the biggest local in the country. It's going to be tough, but you know what? No one ever thought we'd be number 3 in Massachusetts. We were number 16 when I took over. We had $200,000 in the bank, and now we got $2 million. We own our own property that we lease out, a house and a building. And we're now leasing a building that's shot money, great state-of-the-art school, inspected by the state of Massachusetts, approved by our Hopkinton and Connecticut school system. So we're looking good, everybody. Let me just take a quick look at my notes here. Let me see. Oh, I told you about the Bobcat lessons on Saturdays. I will be there every Saturday to open up the school to work for you, or every night during the week whenever we need to help you to teach. All the lead, asbestos, hazmat, everything is going to come in as we need it, as needed. You call in, you say you need a refresher course for your asbestos. We get enough people together for a class, and we put it on. We reach out to you and let you know what day it is and what you have to do to take the class. Let me see. Jobs. Of course we want to talk about jobs. Well, jobs, that's what we're all about. Now, unfortunately, because of this COVID-19, a lot of the jobs were set back. We have some jobs that we thought would be started this month. It's pushed into August, but they're big jobs, and a lot of you are waiting for them, and I know that. You don't want to go to work somewhere else because you want to get on that good job. You know, they're jobs that'll last for a year at a time. That's the Amazon project, the General Foods project over in Woburn, and another big one that's coming up in August is the Cambridge Courthouse. So we're going to be, I hate to say it, but balls to the wall, okay? And I'm looking forward to calling you up and say, hey, you want to go to work? That's the best feeling in the world when I can say to somebody, I got a job for you. You know, get out of the house, get out there, get back to work. Let's bring this local back to some normalcy. Let's get this election over with because it's a lot of bullshit going on. Let's talk about business. Let's figure out what we're doing for the future, and I'm the guy to do that for you. I need your help. I need your vote. Let's get back to normalcy. Let's get rid of all of the breaking up of the local. Let's end this misery. I make a promise to you today, and I hope that my opponent will make the same promise. Whoever wins, let's shake hands. You go your way, I'll go my way, whichever way the trail gives us. Instead of causing more headaches for this local, we have been tight all our careers. We don't need to break up the local. So please, feel the same way I do. Let's get this over with. Let's move on. Let's take 1421 into the future. I love yous all. God bless you all. I need your vote. Please come out on July 31st and vote for Tom Troy, President and Business Manager, Local 1421, 2020. I will not let you down. Thank you.